Michael says, "Good morning, Yogi." Good morning, Michael. How are you? Michael says, "Sorry, I missed the first live stream today. Didn't go to bed until midnight because I wanted to get a new episode of Mysteries Untold up about a haunted brothel." Wow. Because I wanted to get a new episode of Mysteries Untold up. Sorry. So you got it up now, Michael? Sebastian says, "Hey to Michael, sir." And Sebastian says, "Good evening, Eric." Good evening, Sebastian. How are you? How's your day? Hey, Sissy. How are you? He posts a quote. For you guys to consider. Michael says, "Hey there, Sebastian." Hey, Shirley. Oh, wow. Shirley says, Richard the Cave gave you a shout out a little while ago. That's pretty awesome. I love those kind of shout outs because it was completely uncalled for, you know? It was just goodness of his heart. Thank you for letting me know, Shirley. Richard the Cave, guys, have you been to the show? And it truly is a show. Um, the Cave and Grumpy Sapper, two guys that really, really put on an awesome show. They have one intent, and that's to entertain, get you relaxed, entertain, have fun, smile, and laugh. And it always works. Sissy says, "Sleepy. Ready for a nappy pill?" I have never said nappy pill on a live stream before. I don't think I would do it for anyone else but Sissy. Uh, but held out a bit longer. Hey, Soul Stars, have you ever tried Yoga Nidra? Michael says, M&A is good so far, just tired from all the work that I did yesterday. Yeah, and you said it was pretty hot, right? Hot days really tire you out. Let's see. Michael says, yeah, Rich always says a shout out. I love him and Ivy both. Yeah, me too. I was putting in a lot of watch hours for Ivy all through last year. Um, and then she said she was going to hold off attempting to get monetized because of personal issues that she needed to devote time. Understood, you know. Watch hours never go to waste. They're always there. Well, you know, you'd lose them through the course of a year, but um, it was pleasurable. I like Ivy. I like Rich. I love Ivy and I love Rich. Solster is laughing at me saying nappy poo. It's a fun live stream this morning, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, Lilu. Says, hey, Soulstar. Lilu comes in with a strong number one. How'd you get to be number one so quick? It says, hey, Yogi. How are you, Yogi? I'm good, Lee. Lee, how are you? Soulstar says, yes, I have before with guided meditation and have even experienced lucid dreaming numerous times. Awesome. Yeah, I'm a big proponent for Yoga Nidra. Michael says, I have a link to his second channel, which is Cousin Pedro's Corner, on my community post. I'm trying to get him to 100. He's currently at 73, last I looked. I think I'm subscribed, but you want to drop his link, Michael, just in case? Lilu says, it's me, Sebastian. I've changed to my Christian name. Oh, okay. Nice. So no more Sebastian? Hey, Adam. Adam, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for the kind words that you left in my channel the other day. And I take that title, Yogi Bear, I take it seriously. Shirley says, Yogi, you're handsome as always, but look a bit tired. Are you well? I am a bit tired, actually. Allergies. Um, Adam says, no problem, Yogi Bear. And, not going to hide it. No sense in hiding it. I've been a bit sad lately. I've been getting by for quite some time on about 5 hours of sleep a night. And usually that's good. Now, normally I also have my last meditation of the day um, before I go live. This day I didn't. That always relaxes me. For me, it's the equivalent of a nap. I'm not sleeping, but you get a very deep, deep rest at a cellular and spiritual level. By the way, if anyone wants to learn meditation, anyone wants to learn specifically Vedic yoga mantra meditation, that is a can call it a close sister of transcendental meditation. Just so happens that I know a pretty good teacher, me, and he has really good prices. He has really good prices for you guys, and it's free. I'd be happy to. Michael, I wasn't subscribed, but I am now, so he should be at 75. Cat is here. Cat says 11:11. Were you waiting just for that? Let's see. He says, "Oh, Yogi, anything I could do?" Um, no. Thank you, though, Lee. Lee, you're truly, truly a good person. I always appreciate you. Got a huge heart. Lucy says, "Hey, oh, hey, Lucy. Lucy, how are you?" Michael says, "Nice. Thanks, Yogi. You're welcome." Kat says, "Hi to Lucy." Lucy says, "Good evening, Lee." For those who don't know, Lee is Sebastian. Lee's his true name, Christian name. Of course, our true name can't be pronounced. It's absolutely silent. It's silence itself. When we were born, we were Christian by the silent whisper of the breath. Hey, MK. Lucy says, I'm doing okay. Had a bipolar moment yesterday, but I'm fine now. I'm glad you're okay now, Lucy. Roy says, hello, Yogi, Lucy, MK, and Michael. William, how are you? Soulstar says, yes. Sound of creation. The sound we make, the sound that is made when we go from the unmanifest to the manifest. MK says, really tired. I think it's going around. Might fall asleep. So sorry if I missed anything. That's okay, MK. You got to take care of yourself. Some might say that many of us are in need of a nappy pill. I wouldn't say such a thing, but some might say such a thing. Michael says, not a problem. I thought I was, but I wasn't. Oh, to Sebastian? That happens a lot. It's always pays to check that we're so, man, like with you guys, we're so familiar with each other. We just assume that we went ahead and we did it. So it never hurts to double check, make sure that you are. Also, if you haven't been receiving, notifications from people, check to make sure that you've hit all of the, all notifications. So how you been, Adam? We got the unicorn vibes from Lucy. Thank you, Lucy. And how are you, Kat? Kat, what's going on? You see I love that quote from Henry James. Henry James is the brother of William James. William James wrote what was it? The Variety of Religious Experience. Considered the father of American psychology, as well as like the sort of godfather of positive psychology. Henry James was a famous novelist. And this quote I absolutely love from him. Three things in human life are important. First is to be kind. The second is to be kind. And the third is to be kind. Kindness is a underrated spiritual practice. In fact, I would say that it should be, just my opinion, the entirety of our spiritual practice. You cannot practice forgiveness without being kind. You cannot be kind without practicing forgiveness. Lucy says, my mom went crazy and it was making me go crazy. I'm sorry. I remember 2 days ago, you said there was some difficulties with your mom. Sorry about that, Lucy. I know how tough that is. Michael says, I may have a relaxing horror music hangout later, since I couldn't go live this morning due to stormy weather. Spotty internet connection. Adam says, it's been great. My sons have been helping me lay stone. I saw that in your video. They were hard at work. So I don't have to work hard, which is always nice. Shirley says, hi, MK, how do you avoid those crown things? How do you avoid them? It's a good question. I don't know. Can you avoid them? Kat says, surely there's a setting to participate in the leaderboard where you can shut it off. Kat says no. No, you can't avoid them. One thing I didn't know, Gogo told me this. You can sort of see who's lurking in the bushes. If you click on it, I don't know if everyone can do this. If you click on the crown, you see who is hanging out. At least that's what he said. Adam says, if it ain't got that love, it ain't got that thing. Do wop, do wop. You're absolutely right about that. Lisa says it was bad. It was bad that I don't think I should share on here. Got you. You don't need to. I'll just say she was chanting for someone's unaliveness. I heard you mention that in your live stream. Cat says shut it off. I corrected it. I put in the PG version. Michael says, yeah, the second stream yard picks up on a simple rain cloud. It gets wonky. Gotcha. Hey, Miss Whipper. Miss Whipper, how are you? Dundee says, Cat will always be our queen. Can agree with that. Cat says, oh, that's sneaky. Shirley says, I don't know what a leaderboard is. I guess it's just those who are participating and where they are in the standings. I'll be honest with you, I got mixed feelings about it. As long as people are having fun, that's cool. As long as they don't take it seriously, that's cool. I was selected for no reason that I know of to be one of the few people that actually have it. So it's good for my channel, meaning, they see that people are participating and that it's a trial basis and that, people are enjoying it. So it can only be helpful. I suspect eventually everyone will have it. MK says, but as a mod next to the crown, there's a participate where I see all. Kat says, surely under your settings, live stream chat. I didn't even know there was a chat preference. What kind of preferences do you all get? Do you get like, can you select a live stream host with a full head of hair? Could you get one that, you know, like talks on different subjects, maybe more sports orientated? Do you get like a, you know, football commentating Yogi? Mixed martial arts commentating Yogi? Let me know. God, you got options. You don't always have to hear me say the same thing. MK says, say Miss Flipper. Miss Flipper, how? Oh, Miss Flipper there says, well, thanks, you. I'm doing pretty good, Miss Flipper. It's nice seeing you. We have Miss Flipper, we have Kat, two students of a course in miracles. Hey, Anna. Anna says, hi, Yogi and everyone, and how are you, Yogi? Doing pretty good, Anna. Thank you. How are you? Michael says, so that's what it's for. Michael says, I haven't had it pop up on my live stream yet. Yeah, I think the way YouTube works is they pre-select people, probably randomly, as a trial basis, and they do it for a month or so, and then they either scratch it completely, or if it's successful, then they offer it to everyone. Michael says, hey, that Anna. MK says, I don't see preferences options. Maybe for only mobile devices, watch now my notebook. We have a guest. He's bringing the funk. I knew he would. You see this, Shirley? Sissy? Cat and Jack?
You set my world on fire. Even though the writing's on the wall, you make me feel like I could dance, dance, dance. So come on, spend the night away. Woo.
There you go. I knew it. I predicted it. I predicted it this morning that if anyone could bring the funk, Jason could bring the funk.
All you gotta do is say, please, sir, can I have some more?
Can we have some more?
Maybe just one or two. But just think about the old shiny bits.
Nice. Where'd you get that?
It's mum's.
Ah.
She was quite a big girl at one point, and yeah, this floats on now. So I sort of like.
She was also quite fashionable.
Oh, this is yes, it's different. It's one of those. I suppose I could get away with a Persian look, possibly with the right sort of hat.
I'm thinking Sly Stone, actually. Oliver Twist Funk. Hiya, Jace, says Miss Flipper.
Hiya, Miss Flipper. How are you? Greetings. Been a while. Michael, Anna, Lilu. You gone back to normal? Good to see. MK, Lucy. There's quite a few in this evening. This afternoon. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday to you. You been live yet?
Cat and Jack, much love. I'm scheduled for an hour and 5 minutes time with Dan.
With Dan, nice. Gonna break out the weights.
He doesn't know it yet. I bought some new dumbbells. Dolly, hiya. Much love, much kindness.
Heavier. Hey, Dolly.
I'd obviously done something on purpose here. My girl, talking about my girl, Shirley. Ooh. Hello, Shirley.
That gets an ovation. For one, because it was beautifully rendered. For one, for two, it was heartfelt. For three, it was for Shirley. So you get 3 stars out of 3 stars. Hey,
Sissy. Got booted from the live twice. Lagged mysteriously. and the window shut down. That's crazy. But that's YouTube for you. Unfortunately, sometimes it has those little glitches. Hiya, Sissy. Hope you well. So it's Saturday. Done. 2 minutes 57. Suppose I've got 2 minutes to kill.
Yep.
Only the yogi is gonna eat one mushy pea. Only the yogi. Maybe on Sunday he'll do burpees with me. One day tomorrow, that will be fine. We can do nasal breathing most of the time. You've got a heart of gold. Love you, bro.
Love you. Maybe I'll do a poll. Does anyone want to see a half-naked yogi doing burpees in his basement with Jace?
I think they already said yes.
I don't think so. If I phrase it that,
Foresight's telling me.
if I phrase it that way, they're all going to be like, "No, we don't want to see that. No one wants to see that. We want to see like a fully clothed, possibly in coveralls and a hat, yogi doing burpees in his basement with Jace."
Okay, let's push the boat out then and wear lots of clothes and do burpees in lots of clothes. 3 layers of clothing. So 3 tops, 3 pairs of trousers, 3 pairs of boxers, 3 pairs of socks. Something different.
You want to know something? I don't think I own 3 pair of trousers.
I don't think you've got 3 full pairs of socks either. I've seen how many odd socks you wear.
Yeah, I don't wear a ton of socks because I wear my barefoot shoes a lot.
Why don't bears wear socks?
Why is that?
Because they got bare feet.
Why didn't that occur to me?
I know. Right,
Yes.
much love, kindness. I've got an hour, 4 minutes 41, so I've stayed within my 5 minutes, which is always one nice little bit of discipline. Happy Saturday, people. Have a great weekend. Try and smile. Much love, much kindness. Speak to you soon.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
And there's your funk.
You brought the funk. Jace certainly brought the funk. Some people doubted it. Some people said, nope, Jace cannot bring the funk. But guess what? Jace brought the funk. Now here's the question. Minus Jace on the live stream, can we keep up the funk? Can someone step out with a little funk of their own? Let's see. Seth, you got it. We'll support you. Shirley says, researched and learned that on a hypersonic plane, they can be there in 1 to 1.5 hours. Wow. Is that real? Let's see. Michael says, see, I told you, Yogi, I was no Jace. I can't hit those high notes. I bet you could, Michael. I got faith in you. Josh says, hey, man, you're bald. That was Yogi 2025. What's up? I'm from Scotland. That was Yogi 2025. I think your cat barked. Josh 2025. I remember that. Could be my cat. Could be throwing a bagel. Josh 2025. Phoenix says, I'm outside and I can't see any of the chat. I'm using a talk to text. So I just wanted to say peace and blessings. Love to all. Love to you, Dolly. I appreciate, even with those difficulties, that you tuned in to listen. I will tase them. I love men in skirts. That was Josh. Nokia Justice got the best quotes. Then he says, scratch that. This is our theme song. Which one? Chris Ripper says, Jace, the acapella karaoke king. Agreed. That's my favorite, Josh. Those kids surely not going to college.
Well, of course, what Chase was singing is our theme song. What else?
Just a Jogi in a thong doing burpees?
No, I meant the song Chase was singing.
Ah.
But that if somebody would make a made a song about that, that would also be good.
You might be the man. You might be up the. You might be the only person up for that job.
Well, I need someone to help with the songwriting. Maybe Skid can give an assist on that. He could be up for that too.
Lee has a question saying, Yogi,
And
when I
well-
look back at what's that?
Yeah.
Lee was saying, Yogi, when I look back at photographs from the Victorian era or the American or the Gilded Age, why do people look so stern and serious? I think maybe because it was so new. Photography was so new, and they wanted to reflect sort of a seriousness for posterity. You didn't have like candid shots like we have now.
Well, there was a completely different song I was thinking about, but that's you asked who can bring the fun, so we are the champions, but who are the losers? We are the champions, but who losers?
All right, MK.
I mean, of course, we're all champions, but who are the losers? I don't know.
That was good.
I don't think there have to be any.
That was good, but you know what? It was operatic.
True.
I'm gonna give you a
True.
task. I'm gonna give you a task if you're up for it.
I'll see.
All right. Hop off the live stream, go to YouTube, Google George Clinton or Parliament or Sly and the Family Stone, and then hop back up with a funk version of We Are the Champions.
Okay, I can type it in right now. What is the song again?
Well, don't look for a particular song.
Okay, George Clooney, right?
George Clinton.
George Clinton, sorry.
Yep. You can't play it on here though.
I know. But I can listen to it with headphones. Atomic Dog is what comes up first.
Sure. Hey, Carl.
Oh,
Give me a short break here. MK, our friend Carl says, I'm in a dark place with dark thoughts. Please pray for me. Carl, first, my friend, sending you love. And I know MK as well has prayers
yes,
for.
and actually, the song I could also first sing the other song I was thinking about, which is more for the people who aren't feeling as great.
All right.
You can also keep the positive vibe for now.
Yep. We're going to send some love out to Carl. Carl says, just having some dark thoughts. I don't want to go ahead and read it. But Carl, we are there for you.
Well, now I have to sing that song that I was gonna sing anyway. But where do I have it? Where do I have? I want to have some. I want to have some lyrics pulled up. Of course, I cannot play the music, unfortunately. But
right. Lee says, Carl, I've got no pot to piss in, and I struggle with lots of things, but I got you all, and I'm so grateful.
And well, Carl, I can tell you, I wanted to do that, and I tried many times for 10 years of my life. Somehow I'm still here. It doesn't make sense medically or mathematically or whatever, but things did change for the better.
Seth is asking for requesting for help financially so he can go to the hospital. Seth, as I mentioned before, for me, it needs to be PayPal. The only way I know how to help you. And I'm not actually going to be able to do that for a week, as I had some. I forget the term that they use. Stuff going on with my card that I have registered, and so I don't
verification or
there was some like activity going on that they found questionable from other outside sources. And they suggested it would be in my best interest to get a new card, but it's going to take like 10 days. So I'm counting my bananas to see if they will last me for 10 days. Let's hope.
maybe you have to make a picture of all of your bananas and post it every day.
I could do that.
How many bananas you have still left?
I eat about 7 bananas a day.
That's quite a few.
It is.
You're
but
the
they-
banana king.
There
love that.
are the good source of calories. So when you're, when you're
Yeah.
Whole Foods vegan, you look for good sources of calories.
Yeah.
Carl says, let's be real, nothing's going to change if you are right now.
Well,
How do you know, Carl? How do you know?
it always changes when you least expect it. I can promise you that much.
But the thing is, just that little bit of doubt. How do you know? Thank you, Josh, for that 20 likes. I didn't even like it yet. Let's see. Mark is here. Says Carl, stay strong. There is help out there. Try Samaritan. Thank you, Mark. You got this. It will pass. I've been battling this for over 40 years. You're strong and you can get through this. Mark has an excellent point. Really professional help with this, reaching out to a professional. We can be your friend. We can support you. We can have people who have struggled with this as well. Let you know that certainly things can change. Things are always changing. What makes you think that they won't change?
Chase.
Hey, Food Court. Food Court says on. Lee says, well, Carl, you would be missed here. You're always here to share and listen to contribute. This is true. Thank you, Lee. Adam says, Carl, I'm definitely significant and not at all significant. Significance, the paradox of life.
But Chase, isn't a firm banana that really keeps its shape better?
Yes. I will have no mushed bananas. Bananas should never come, they should never come pre-mushed. No food should ever come pre-mushed. Hey, Dan.
You hear it there.
Most
No
welcome.
one wants a flattened banana.
True. Moscow, it's been a while. How are you? Moscow says, how are you doing with the stuff happening in the US right now? It's a good question, Moscow. I try to keep in mind the important tenet from A Course in Miracles. Do not seek to change the world, but seek to change how you perceive the world,
Yeah.
as well as the great saying from Mahatma Gandhi, be the change you want to see. I have very, very little influence in my country or in my world.
I was just about to say it's just about all you can do anyway.
Right. No one has ever protested their way into any great lasting change. We see that now with some certain things being taken away. What we can do is create a better world by changing how we perceive the world, going within and working on our own projections so that collectively.
I usually support the P fans, Dan, but that doesn't sound good at all.
Miss Ripper says,
No
Jace, what's with the
answer.
mushy bananas? Adam says, the funny thing about the reflective world is it is very, very slow mirror. If I brighten up the inside, it seems to take a week or so before the sunshine creeps into my surroundings. Nicely said. I think we can get better, though. I think with practice, we might be able to speed that time up. Could be wrong, though.
You're not wrong.
Carl
But
says it has.
I've seen it in me and others that it can definitely
Right.
be like that.
It hasn't changed for me. It's been like 6 years. So, Carl, what have you done to change things? What have you personally done to change things? Are you in therapy? Are you meditating? Are you doing some breath work? Are you practicing yoga? Are you practicing qigong or tai chi? Are you getting out in nature? Are you getting fresh air? Have you considered? Some people they might need medication to get them over that little hump. there's all kinds of healing modalities. What healing modalities are you doing, Carl? And in the absence of any, are there some that you would like to try? And there's probably people here who might be able to help with some. Like for motion, I bet you Jace would be more than willing to work out with you. I bet you MK would have some fitness advice for you,
Sure.
as well as some nature
Yeah.
advice for you, as well as
Feel free to send a message. Carl, I'm
as
gonna
well as
send a little message on in the chat actually, so you can go to my channel and
as well as
Yeah.
Gravity Core Fitness. Are you doing anything to help shift your thought system away from negativity? I'm not talking about like a self improvement, where you're watching your every thought, but bringing a sense of awareness to the consistency of your thoughts. It's not the odd thoughts that we have that will shape our reality, it's the consistent thoughts that we have. Carl says, I'm sorry, I didn't want to make you guys worry, but I also have no one to talk to. That's why we're here, Carl. Hey, Ashutosh says, remember, I certainly do, my friend.
all right.
Appreciate you being here.
Oh, you're definitely not alone, Carl. Just know that. Even if maybe physically right now there's no one there with you, or maybe there is. Well, of course, you can still be alone with somebody there physically. But you really aren't. There are plenty of other people to feel like you.
Right. Carl says it's doing nothing, just trying to live. So let's change that. Let's add just a few things.
Maybe just start by doing breath work at least once a day, but ideally 3 times.
Yep.
Only going to take a couple minutes each time, and it should help you get on the right track.
I'll tell you the things that have been the most immediately helpful for me. Breath work is one. Getting out in nature as early as possible to get that early pre-dawn to dawn sunlight. I know that can seem like a difficult task for some. I know it seems like an impossible task when you're emotionally in a dark place to get up that early, especially if you struggle to get to sleep at night. But the rewards are immense and they're quick. And then when you are, nature is an instant meditation because your eyes respond to the fractal patterns in nature and puts you in an alpha brainwave state, which is the light state that you enter just as you begin meditating. It's also the state of inspiration and creativity. So after you've been in nature, breathing, especially if you can do nasal breathing, you come in, do something creative. And you know what? You don't have to be good at it because it's not like you're going to do an art show, but come in and draw, come in and write, come in and paint, come in and sculpt, come in and do origami. Something that makes you feel that you're in touch with the creative juices flowing, the creative source. I'd suggest meditation. Here's the thing though, Carl. I want to list easy things that you can do immediately. And nature brings you into that meditative state. Carl, are you on Facebook? My cat wants to talk to you guys. Lee says, Carl, can you fire up a live? And I'll happily come in and chat with you. Oh, Miss Pippa says, so as who the young man beside you on the screen is, please. That's the legendary MK.
Good day, mates. MK, Dundee, the gym, locked up drag. All of them. Same guy behind it, just. Actually, could you maybe call me Marlon when I'm up here?
Yep. It might
MK
be
is supposed to be my private account, and I generally try to keep my face unrelated to it.
You probably have to remind me because I'm so used to saying MK.
Sure. Yes, Miss Blipper. But yeah, like MK Fishing is just a faceless private account, and it's gonna stay that way. So I
Right.
still support channels from that account, but I post on my other accounts.
Dan's been
Locked
taking
Up Rat and Dundee in the gym.
right.
Marlon.
Dan's been
Marlon.
taking Dan's been taking 10 milligrams of melatonin. When I was suffering insomnia during my anxiety and panic attacks,
Mm.
I was taking 10 milligrams as well. I've since weaned myself down. My preference now is just 1 milligram.
Yeah. I think I use melatonin on and off, and honestly, it stopped. I know you generally don't get used to it, but it just stopped working for me after a while. I don't know if it was a psychological thing or something, but yeah.
Jason said meow. Hey,
Meow.
Chris, how are you? Carl says I sleep less than 3 hours, so we can fix that too, Carl. Hey, Cheyenne, it's something that we
Yeah.
all work on together. Mark says, really sorry that you're feeling this way. If you're struggling with your thoughts of ending your life, please know that you're not alone and that help is available. Reaching out for support. Thank you so much, Mark.
And
Chris,
then there's also time released melatonin. There's the fast, but also the long active one. So you need some of the long active one if it's supposed to help you stay asleep if you're someone who wakes up in the night. Because the short active one is going to be gone after a few hours before you get as much sleep as you should, definitely.
Hey, Ashley Toss, can you drop the link for your channel that you want me to check out? I'll be happy to. Shirley says we have the privilege just because we have
Hey,
devices.
Chris, I think I'm doing all right. Just quite some stuff going through my mind, but not bad things. Just some things I'm unsure about, but yeah. And I have people I care about who aren't doing great, but yeah.
Shirley says we are all privileged just because we have devices that connect us to the internet, and that's to people like Yogi. Thank you so much, Shirley, and you're right about that. We're definitely
This is
privileged.
what the internet should be, not a lot of the stuff it is used for. Connect people in a positive way.
Right. Dan wants to know, Carl, are you having problems getting to sleep or waking up too early? Or sleeping at all in between? Adam says if your surroundings really suck and you're blissfully happy, it'll piss off all the assholes. This is true.
Well, I'm with the song I'm gonna sing. I might make you think that I don't really rock, but might still help some of you. And I wish I could play the music on here, but of course I can't.
Right.
But
Chris says yes, connect in a positive way. Absolutely.
you think it's time for a positive song that with a very positive message?
Sure.
So this is the new ballad version. It's not the original one, which was a little bit kitschy, but still a beautiful lyrics of "We Are the Others" by the band Delane. So should I type the name in the chat or just start singing it?
Whatever.
I want to give credit to the band, so
Sure. Thank you, Ashutosh.
and yeah, I think this is gonna resonate with most of our people here. So where is it? There's I think I've only sung the song to one person so far. It's always gonna be especially for that person, but it is for everyone. We are the others. So. It's playing now. I'm listening on headphones, so I have some music to get the rhythm down. Walking with Sophie tonight. She lives in the air that I breathe. I can't get it out of my mind. How you were left to bleed. Was it how you dress or how you act? I can't believe how they could act so violently without regret. Will we will not forget? We are the others, we are the cast outs, riders, but you can't hide us. We are the others, and battered. You're not out there on your own. If you feel mistreated, torn and cheated, you're not alone. We are the others. As simple as air in your lungs, as simple as words on your lips. No one should take this away. No one should argue this. Now, with our heads up high, we'll carry on and carry out that we won't let them get us down or wear us out, 'cause we are not alone. We are the others, we are the cast outs, we are the outsiders, but you can't hide us. We are the others, black-eyed and battered. You're not out there on your own. If you feel mistreated, torn and cheated, you are not alone. We are the others. Normal is not the norm. It's just the uniform. We are the others, forget about the norm. We are the others, take off your uniform. We are the others, we are all beautiful. We are the others, we are the cast outs, we are the outsiders, but you can't hide us. We are the others, black-eyed and battered. You're not out there on your own. If you feel mistreated, torn and cheated, you are not alone. We are the others. We are the others. We are the others.
Awesome, Marlon.
Thank you.
Very heartfelt on your end.
Honestly, well, I was trying to. But yeah.
Could tell that it's
This is,
a meaningful song for you.
yeah. And
We got some. You got an ovation from Chris. Jason sending love. We got some clapping from Miss Flipper.
thank you. Oh, my chat is not up to date. Oops, that is. And yeah, whatever you are going through, I can promise you're not the only ones feeling like it, even if it feels like there's no one in the entire world who will understand it. But that's not the case.
You might want to look up the Marlon. Type the name up ahead, and you can listen to it with music.
Yeah. Should I type the name again, or I already typed it in the chat? But
Sure, never hurts.
so
Saves people, from scrolling upwards.
yeah, that was.
Hey, Chris, Nature Dog Realms. Thank you for the message that you put out on Memorial Day today on your live stream.
Right. We are the others. New ballad version. It really that ballad version is different with also slightly changed lyrics and just a much more emotional, deep feeling.
Shirley says, I need to go fix
It's
my
not
hair.
so new
and-
anymore, but it's a lot newer than the old version, so there's that.
Right. Shirley was saying, I need to go fix my hair and put on some lipstick for Jason's live. Nice. And that's going to be coming up in just a bit. Jason was on earlier and he said about an hour and 5 minutes, him and Dan. And we're coming up on my hour mark in 9 more minutes. So
Awesome.
we'll be ending the live stream
Well, I
here.
still have to do a punk version of We Will Rock You. Let me get a little bit back into the funk mood.
Chris says,
Not
you're,
only We Will Rock You, but 3 Other Champions.
see if you can do it. Chris says, you're welcome, Yogi.
3 are the champions, but who are the losers? 3 are the champions, but who are the losers?
That's definitely a little more funk for sure. Here's the thing with funk. It's
Yeah.
not a skill. Hey, Toy Pups, not a skill. It's one of those, it's like an innate quality. And I believe you have it. I believe you have
Maybe
it.
I just don't think right now I'm in the right space of mind for it.
So, yeah, Chris was saying, you're welcome, Yogi. You and I have walked similar paths.
Hey, Pups.
He says, hope Carl is okay. He's an important part of the community. He is an important part.
And hi, Sal. Chill, Sal.
Hey, Sal. Sal said hi. Appreciate that. Toy Pup says, hi, guys. Hi,
Well,
Yogi.
of course, you can also call me Dundee. You can call me Marlon or Dundee. Both work.
Miss Pippa said, Funky Town. That's what we're shooting for, guys. We're shooting for Funky Town. Jay says hi to Sal. Anna says hi to Toy Pups. Toy Pups, how's your weekend going so far? Jay says hi to Lucy. Lucy
Yeah, of course,
says,
Dundee is just a nickname.
right.
Anyway, should I jump off? Maybe someone else wants to come on.
Sure. We got it. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be live for about 7 more minutes, 10 more minutes.
Could we maybe do some breath work before we finish?
Probably. We'll see what everyone wants to do. Definitely would like to.
Okay.
Don't let me forget.
I won't. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Hi.
See you in
Thank
the
you,
chat.
Marlon. Much appreciated.
Marlon or aka Dundee out.
Our friend Marlon. I'm gonna do my best to remember. Nature says, breathwork sounds great. Joe says, man, it was my first time laughing. Wow, 600 4-count burpees. It's a lot of burpees. 6 counts are no joke. 6 counts is like you get no recovery. It's straight up. Ashita says, I love funks. He says he's got 30 minutes. Still Yogi. Let's see what I can stretch it out. We're gonna do some breath work. Jay says, Sal, 600 is a good number. Yeah, it is. Hey, how long did 600 take you, Sal? Shirley says, yeah, Sal. Phil says, yeah, I was tired. Yeah, it's straight up cardio. Not to mention core, not to mention your quads are going to be burning. I did some 4 counts today, part of my kettlebell warm up. So yesterday we did breathing in for 6, exhaling for 4. It's a little switch from what we often do, which is breathing in for 4 and out for 6 or out to 8. This puts us in a more focused, energetic. Hey, Tandra. Tandra, it's nice to see you, my friend. How are you? Chris says, "Hey Dundee." So as we know, if you're in a on that threshold of anxiety, if you're having difficult sleeping, if you really need to be calmed for whatever reason, elongating the exhalation. If you need to be focused, you do a longer in breath, shorter out breath. Or you can do both short in breath, short out breath, as in the breath of fire. This is a really unique breathing in for 6, out for 4, in that it relaxes but doesn't really zone you out. Adam says, "I counted to 4 today. Does that count?" That counts for you, Adam. That counts for you. You're a member of the Holy Grail Club. Whatever Adam does is perfect. Tanya says, "Good, thanks, Yogi." I'm glad to hear that, Tandra. I have seen a front lever. So we got a friend coming up to say hi, and then we'll do breath work right after. What's up, Stuart?
Hello.
How are you?
Stressed.
For why?
Just everything that's going on at the moment.
What's going on?
I'm calculating things, Yogi, and it's just sleep is like a back burner. My brain just cannot cope with what's going on.
But what's going on?
Well, the thing with my dad.
But here's the thing.
So basically, for what I've been told, his mate I spoke to yesterday, he reckons that 3 months is gone.
That what?
3 months is gone. Within 3 months.
He was on a new medication, right?
Yep. It's not working. So yeah, I'm just. If I can try and shut my brain off, that'd be good.
Right.
So I can try and sleep decently.
You're not going to be able to. That's the bad news.
Uh,
The good news.
Yeah.
Good news is you don't have to. You don't have to. Just bring a gentle awareness to the thoughts. And the thoughts, just awareness, being aware of the thoughts, and they will start to slow down on their own. I don't know if you've heard me talk about it's called cognitive shuffling. I know you like puzzles.
Nope. Yeah.
It's sort of like a puzzle. So do this with me. And you'll want to do this as you lay down and go to sleep. It mimics
Right.
the brain's natural function that it does as it tries to go to sleep. But because you're having all these thoughts, all these what ifs and what's going to happen and what can I do, and these thoughts keep you up. So you want to shift and you want to do what the brain naturally does, but you want to do it purposely without any effort or stress. So randomly pick a word without even thinking about it.
Right.
Just go ahead and pick a word, Stuart.
Fishing.
Okay. And it never matters what it is. You want it to just come to you without any strain. So now take that first letter of fishing, and for about 10 seconds, just list names that begin or words that begin with an F. But remember, this is a PG-13 channel. I just want to put that out there for you. So any word that comes to mind without any stress, begins with an F.
Failure. Fantastic.
Keep it nice and easy.
Fish. Flies.
Okay, let it go.
Film.
As soon as you start any kind of struggle, you just let it go completely. Now go to I.
Indigo.
Good word.
Intense. Um, Iceberg.
There you go. Go ahead and let it go. Go to S.
Right. S. Sunshine. Sunburst. Silhouette.
Nice word. No struggle. Go to H.
House. Horror. Horse. Human. Chorus, if it's a word.
Yep. Go back
Um,
to I again. You only want to do it for about 10 seconds, and there's no struggle.
Incense. Ionic. Iconic. Icon.
Nice. And then to S. I'm sorry. Fish. I-H. All right. We're going to stop there. Do you see what we're doing?
Yeah.
So for every letter of that word, you just list however many comes naturally and easily. And then if your mind wanders at any time, come back to the letter again or start over at the beginning. And when you finish that, just pick another word and just keep going through that until you fall asleep. It works. It works. And if you do some breath work before night, what time, my time, do you go to sleep?
Oh, Yogi, that's 3, 4, possibly even 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, here's the good thing. 5 o'clock in the morning for me, I'm already up.
Well, I know, but I mean, it's like, well, 5 o'clock in the morning, my time is 12 midnight for you.
All right.
By
So
the way,
again,
hello everybody in the chat. I'm not wearing these. I'm just
this,
trying to keep. I've got a weird thing, Yogi, right? And I'm not scared to admit it, right? I know that people don't usually use Google Maps, but there's a car park at a place in Dundee, right? Dundee is the city I was born in Scotland. But there's a shopping centre called the Wellgate Centre. It's got spiral, what do you call it? You know, if you go in a car parking lot, it's like a spiral case for a car to drive up on to get to the car parks to either side. It's got a top floor. I looked over the edge, and my dream, and it happens every night, is that I'm falling off this building, and I wake up just before I hit the top.
Well,
It's a long way down.
stress.
It's crazy.
We can fix that. You know, Mark suggested that you count sheep and haggis.
Well, haggis comes from sheep.
Unfortunately. So Stuart, try this because it works. Scientifically proven. It's called cognitive shuffling. And the key is it should have no stress whatsoever. And let the words come to you randomly. If you find yourself stressing over it, skip it and go to the next letter.
I've done that with numbers.
What's that?
I've done that with numbers.
Right. The problem with numbers, what you want to do is your mind, as you naturally fall asleep, sorts through a nonsensical thoughts, unraveling until you hit that sleep. So when you do that cognitive shuffling, you're mimicking that because no word has any connection to anything else. You're just randomly thinking these words. So your brain is relaxing through that randomness. If you do numbers, you start thinking of things that might be like logical. You're giving your mind a project. What you want to do is be projectless as you're going to sleep. If you do, you and I have done breath work before. If as you get ready to go to bed, breathe in through the nose for a slow, easy count of 4. Exhale through the nose for a slow, easy count of 8. If you can't make it to 8, don't worry about it. Just elongate the breath longer than the breath in. Do that for a 10 count. And then get into bed. And as you lay there, do that cognitive shuffling. Reach out for me tonight, and I'll send you instructions on how to do it if you want. And give it a try.
Yeah, cool.
Let me know tomorrow how it works.
I mean, I know before I go to sleep, I put on a video from Don Coffey, who's I don't know if he's actually a train driver. He probably is, but he gives his GoPro to people who work on locomotives. I mean, listen to a Class 66, and it's just that engine sound puts me straight to sleep. But the thing is, I wake up halfway through it. I don't know why.
Right. I did a little bit of work with lucid dreaming, Adam. So I hope that helps you, Stuart.
Well, thank you.
Because you do need to get some sleep. You need to be at your best because you do got some stuff going on.
It ain't easy, I can tell you. And I do not wish this on my worst enemy. Honestly, I said it on one of my live streams for people who haven't been in, but I'm going to say this here. Cherish everyone that you love, because one day they're not going to be here.
I've been there a couple times.
So I said that on my live stream, and it's not a fair one.
Mark says he's had a blue light therapy. EMDR, it can be a bit intense at times. I'd love to hear you talk about the difference between the blue light therapy and red light therapy sometime, Mark. Ashish says, oh, spam. This is a spam emoji, so please spam this. Mark says make every day count. Definitely.
Yep. That's what you do, because I mean, before my Uncle Bill died, that's what he said. He said, live each day it's your last.
True.
Do it. Live each day as your last. Right, Yogi, thank you. I will get in touch with you later. I'm going to be taking the hounds out for a walk, so I'll
Okay.
out for a time.
Yep, we're going to do some breath work and then call it an afternoon.
Enjoy your afternoon.
Yep, thank you, Stuart. You too.
Bye.
Enjoy the dogs. Bye, my friend.
But so I'll do a quick live when I'm out anyway, so I mean, there's no skin off my nose. But honestly, thank you.
You're welcome. Always, Stuart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll see you after. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, guys, do you remember the Ujjayi breath? The ha sound, as if you are fogging up. Chris says, have a great day to stew. Also says, today is the day to just be more gentle with ourselves. Yes, thank you for that, Sissy. Anna has subscribed to Vise. Thank you, Anna. Ashutosh says, bye. Bye, Ashutosh. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Thanks for being here, Jacob. Mark says, never had red light therapy, Yogi. My last option now is ECT therapy. I've said I'll fight it alone no more. Therapy training helps myself. I channel my anger and intrusive thought into my training. It's interesting. Yeah, Lee, that really works. I hope you guys tried. It's even good if you're not. And I actually got this from Kat. She used it for her own rambling mind, crowded mind. So instead of using it to go to sleep, she used that cognitive shuffling to just sort of calm the mind. Mark, really interesting because you're talking about your anger, and I've seen you train, and you're intense, but you're also just obviously my limited um, online interaction with you. I never would have guessed, which just goes to show you never know what inner battle someone is fighting. Mark on his live streams is always so calm, abiding, laughing. I love the fact that you recognize that anger was hurting you and consuming you, and you're doing something to help with it. It says a lot. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't, and they're literally consumed. Chris says, I know, Sue, you'll get through this one day at a time. My issue was never anger, but I have suffered low-grade depression for most of my life. All right. So breath work. We're going to do that ujjayi breath. As if we're fogging up a bathroom mirror. We breathe in through the nose, making that noise. I'm going to demonstrate fogging up the bath. This is the bathroom mirror, by the way. You guys know when you used to do that, or you probably still do. It's a sound we're striving for. Doesn't have to be loud though, but we're going to do it with the mouth shut. So I'm going to breathe in. It's easy when you do it with the mouth shut through the nose. It's a little more complicated, not much. It just takes trying 1 or 2 times to do that as we breathe in. But it's the same sound. You want to sound a little like Darth Vader, a very gentle snore. If you have trouble with anger, if you have issues with anxiety, that breath alone, it's called the ujjayi breath, which translates to the victorious breath, will do wonders to calm you down, to ease your mind, to bring you from that fight or flight with no place to flee and no one to fight except your own self. Fight or flight used to be a very useful thing when you had to escape mastodons and saber-toothed tigers, fellow club-wielding cavemen. We don't have that issues. Now we have traffic jams and long lines and spam banners on the news. We have blaring headlines. We have ads everywhere. We have yelling bosses, noisy neighbors. So we wake up on a scale of 1 to 3 or 1 to 10, with 1 being asleep, 10 being we are full of rage. We wake up in a 3. By mid-morning, we're at a 5. By our afternoon, after lunch, we're at a 7. No wonder if someone cuts us off with traffic, we go into a rage because we're so that high level of stress. This breath, that ha sound, Chris says, when I lost my mom, the pain didn't hit me until a year later, and wrote on numbness was so difficult. And then once I faced the pain, I stopped suffering. Such an interesting thing, the difference between pain and suffering. It's when she faced the pain that the suffering stopped, not when the pain was gone. There's a difference between pain and suffering, suffering being psychologically optional. When we realize that, a lot can change. So we got that ujjayi breath. Guys, this is your best friend. Have it in your back pocket that you can pull out anytime. No one needs to know you're doing it. You can do it in line to the supermarket. It tones the vagal nerve. The vagal nerve is one of the largest nerves in the body, and this nerve is responsible for bringing us back from that fight or flight back to the rest and digest. But it's out of shape. So we need to tone it. We need to get it back in shape. That means we need to do something. You can't just hope. Mark knows this well. He's a trainer, one of the best. Same with Jace. That unless you use something, you're not going to have it when you need it. So we practice that Ujjayi breath. We practice it when we're not stressed. We practice it when we're stressed. We practice it when we're trying to sleep. We practice it when we wake up. It's very calm, very soothing. Sound. It's also called the ocean's breath. Ujjayi breath is translated to victorious breath, victorious with life, not over life, but with life. But it's commonly called the ocean's breath. So you are listening to the sound of the ocean, your own breath. We are of and from the ocean. Our blood has almost the same chemistry as tidal water. So we're returning to the ocean, the soothing Ujjayi breath. So we do that when we breathe in, when we exhale. If you ever need to calm yourself, elongate the exhalation over the inhalation. We're going to do this. We're going to breathe in for a count of 6. Another thing with this breath is it helps us slow the breath down so we can extend it both ways. Extend it as we breathe in and extend it as we breathe out. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 6. We're going to exhale for a count of 4. Whoever wants to participate, just let me know if you might be ready. Adam says, Yogi, what do you have a counselor? Whether you have a counselor license or not, I think you're a good counselor. So kind. Thank you, Adam. I am just a yogi, doing less burpees in my basement than I used to, but I'm still doing kettlebells. Carl says, I feel better now. Turns out I just needed some wine. Let's do some breath work, Carl. Breath work and wine. It's a good combination. MK says, Dundee is ready. Sorry, Marlon is ready. He says, Carl, that sounds nice. Do you have a bit more relaxed? All right, so Marlon's going to join in. Marlon, if you can, close your eyes. And bring a light, gentle awareness to your breath. Bring that awareness to breathing in through the nose. That same awareness to breathing out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Nothing special. Breathing in, breathing out. When you're ready, we're going to add that Ujjayi breath, that gentle ha sound. So we're breathing in with a, exhaling with a. Just keep breathing with that sound. Ha as you breathe in, ha as you breathe out. Flowing like the ocean, flowing like the tides. In and out. Now we're going to breathe in for a count of 6, breathe out for a count of 4. On this next breath, breathing in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Breathing in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Breathing in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Breathing in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Breathing in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Breathing in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Breathing in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Sorry, my mistake. Breathing in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Last breath for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Release the breath. Allow it to settle. Breathing in and out on your own. Just sit in this space, relaxed. Nothing special, just relaxing. And when you're ready, I'll see you in the chat. Namaste. Hey, Bud. Bud, it is nice to see you. Hey, Mita. Mita, how are you? Nice to see you too. We are going to wrap up the chat in just a minute. Jason's going to be live very shortly. Jay says, what time to my boss? I will be live streaming tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Was that the question, Jace? So Jace is going to be live with Dan. MK said, I'm sorry, Marlon says, Nama weird, my friend. Nama weird to you. All right. With that greeting. Anna says, thank you so much, Yogi. You're welcome, Anna. Let me know how you guys like the that little switch. Breathing in for 6, exhaling for 4. It's to bring sort of a focused relaxation. Mita says, very nice. Thank you, Mita. Much appreciated. All right. So, guys, we're going to head out. Thank you, Sissy. Agape, Omni, love, and namaste. And namaste to you. Chris says hi to Mita. Adam says, I do feel more relaxed, but why do you always ask me to close my eyes when I'm driving? So Adam is more relaxed, but the fellow drivers, his passengers as well, are probably not quite so relaxed. Hey, Eric Point. Eric Point says another great live. Thanks for hanging out, Eric. Appreciate that. Chris says hi to Eric. Guys, be safe this weekend. I'm going to mention something that Mocha used to point out often. It's always good to say thank you for your service. And it's always good, any day of the week. And Veterans Day, a very important holiday. Memorial Day is actually a very somber holiday. These are for the people who did not make it back, people who sacrificed their very lives for our freedom. So it's a big distinction. Every day is a good day to say thank you. Monday is a good day. Put your head down, say a little prayer. Those who didn't make it back, those who sacrificed, and the families that lost someone special and meaningful to them. With that, be safe. Whatever you do this weekend, be safe. Love you guys. Chris said, let's never forget our vets and their families. A lot of families struggle. True. And I think it was Tori who said on your live stream, every day is Memorial Day for some families. Every day is Memorial Day for some families. Peter says, to Lucy. Lucy, my friend, you don't come to my live now. I miss you a lot today. But Lucy, I hope you can make it over to Mina's channel sometimes. Chris says, yes, very true. Yeah, it was Tori who said that. Thank you, Marlon. All right, guys, I got my own meditation to do now. I will see everyone. If you're around, you got nothing to do. Sniper says, just made it. Thank you, Sniper. If you're around, you got nothing to do, you want to hang out, I'll be live again at 5:25. With that, I love you guys. Chris says, military families are always in prayers. Yes. For the loved ones, safe return. Absolutely. Carl says, thanks again. I really needed someone to hear me out. You're welcome, Carl. Anytime. He says, see you later, Yogi. Thank you, Lee. Gotta say, I did like the name Sebastian, but I enjoy calling you Lee. I was always afraid that I was going to let it slip out by accident. MK says later, Queen Anna. Anna says had a squirrel. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Be safe. You too, Chris.